Hey there, welcome to the Anarchy Gaming channel, home to the solar system's worst gamer. I'm your host Mephisto, and today we are continuing our championship through the Red Bull Rookies Cup in 2017, MotoGP 2017 even. But before we begin, I'd like to ask you to leave your thoughts and suggestions in the comment section below. I would also like to mention that we are halfway through to 1000 subs, and it would be really cool if we could achieve 1k before the end of the year. So I would be very grateful if you could help me achieve that. Also, don't forget to click the bell icon and turn on all notifications so you don't miss out on any new videos or live streams that I might be doing in the future. And lastly, could we get this video 20 likes? I think that's a reasonable enough goal, so get to it. Wink wink. Anyway, let's get into this and continue our championship here. No, sorry. For the British Grand Prix at Sachsen Ring, another race I enjoy quite a lot. So hopefully we'll be able to do well here as well. That was kind of an awkward sentence. Do well here too. That's probably a little bit more proper. Yeah. Pa-da-da-dum. Okay, so let's get cracking. Let's just skip, go to track, skip. And here is the grid lineup for today's race. Sonic once again, starting from pole. And you can pause and look at the rest of the lineup. I'm not going to read through that because I cannot read that fast. Sue me if you don't like that. And it looks like we are going to have an overcast race. I don't think there's going to be rain, but it's definitely going to be.
The riders have all lined up on the starting grid. We are mere seconds away from the start of what promises to be a sensational Grand Prix.
Yeah, so as I was trying to say, it's definitely going to be a cloudy race, so not sure how this is going to affect our performance, but we will find out right now. As we are off. Pretty decent start once again as we run down into turn 1. Brake a little bit early. Try to avoid making any contact as we get around Mickle and into P21. Contact with Artigas, but we're fine. Go a little bit wide. And that is P19 already done. Trying to get around a few more of these riders now. Up into P17 as we challenge Giannini. Go a little bit wide out of the left hander as we try to get around Yamanaka this time. Make contact with him, but we're fine. And so is he didn't fall, which is always good. But we are up in P14. So we are in the points. That's a decent start. Ooh, everyone's very slow into the corner, and it actually looks like I was going probably a little bit too fast through the corner because I went very wide. We come out of the final corner to complete our first lap. We are now up into P13. And I brake very late into turn 1. Go very wide and drop down into P14, but immediately get back into P13. Riding the curbs, probably not the best idea. Those things are known to be quite slippery, especially for motorcycles. This section is really difficult. It's really low, and it's really, or at least I'm finding it difficult to find a decent power application to get through those corners. I go wide through the left-hander, flat out through this section, a little dab of brake just as we crest the hill, and we are up in P12 now. Oh, and I go wide again. I'm missing my braking point for that corner, for the penultimate corner. But a decent exit out of the final corner. And we are up in P10. Fighting with Carrasco now for position. Get into Onchu's slipstream. And that's P9. Although I lose it immediately into turn 1. Also, I tried to turn on the penalty timer, but it looks like the settings are set once you start the championship, so that's a bit unfortunate. But we are up into P8. That was a little bit of an aggressive move on Onchu, but hi-ho. We're up with Nelia now, as I go a little bit wide. Ooh, contact with Nelia, that's not what we need. Let's try not to cause too many accidents for the remainder of the season. Oh. This time brake early for the left, for the penultimate corner, if I can talk. So that was a slightly better line. They're not the best, but still, you know, better. That's P7 now. Almost halfway through the race. And that's P6. And I touch the brakes a little bit early and crash into turn 1. That's not good. It doesn't look like I damaged my bike too much, but you don't want to be losing control like that. That was definitely my fault. I wasn't really paying attention. We're back down in P15. All that progress lost. Oh, and Masaki gets around, so we drop out of the points. But that's probably going to be moment just for the time being, and it is. Back up into P15. Going wide, really wide through that corner, taking the slower line, but we make it through quite a few riders there, and we're up in P11. The AI is slow through there, they brake for whatever reason, and we are now back in 9th, so managed to regain quite a lot of positions in less than a lap, so looking good so far. I don't think we can win this anymore, but looks like we can still challenge for a decent finishing position. So I'm going to be quite fine with that as we start lap 5 and enter the second half of this race. Brake early this time for turn 1 and make sure they don't lose control of the car as I cut the track there and, well, had to brake a little bit harder, which lost me the position I gained, but that's fine. I'll try to make a cleaner pass on Oncho. And there we go, that's 8th. That's 7th, really wide out of that corner, but kind of the shape of the curves helped me along, which is really nice, and that's P6 done. chasing after Bonoli now. Can we catch him? That's the question. I think we can. There's more than enough time left in the race before it ends, so brake only for the hairpin. Okay, and getting ready to challenge Bonoli for 5th place now. As I line him up for a pass. Dab, a little dab on the brake. Another one to make sure we can get through the corner properly, and that's P5 and P6 all of a sudden. Sorry, P4. Not bad. Can we get a podium finish though? If I manage to get this far, I would definitely like to challenge for podium, as Ogura takes 4th away from me for a very short time period. Okay, just about to end lap 7, and we catch up to Bew here. And that's P3, so we are on the podium as we start the final lap of the race. 2 more places. Can we get them? I don't know. Brake a little bit early for the hairpin at turn 1, and my tires are starting to go at this point. Sorry about that, the game started to lag for whatever reason, and that caused me to actually lose 3rd position, which is not very good, but I'm going to try and take it back somehow before the end of the race. We were probably even in contention for winning again, but that kind of went out the window when the game started to lag. Okay, we're catching up on Bew here as I go really wide through the penultimate corner, which allows Bew to pull away, which is not good. It looks like we will be finishing in P4, or are we? Yes, we are. We were too far to be able to get into P3, but that's fine. Still a solid haul of points, so I'm not going to complain too much about that. If we can complete the season on one of the podium steps, it's going to be fine with me. And here is a look at the championship standings. Aleix View still leading the championship with 57 points. Philippe Salah moves into 2nd. We drop down to 3rd with 48 points, 9 points behind the leader. And here's everyone else with points. Everyone scored points all the way down to 20th, with Matthias Megla being the last with points. But yeah, that is it. And my guy is somehow still pissed off about that result. I think 4th is a very decent show of skill. But apparently my guy doesn't think that. Anyway, let's move on. And we're getting closer to unlocking Eddie Lawson. So we're doing actually pretty well in the championship, although we kind of missed out on maybe a potential 2nd place due to that lag I had starting on the final lap at the Sachsen Ring, which is kind of a shame, but well, stuff like this sometimes happens, and I didn't really want to redo the entire race only for that, so I'll take the reduced number of points and move on. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll catch you all next time. Bye bye.